Hello everyone, you are welcome to Anchor Network where you get reliable and authentic news that are so crucial to you. I say big thank you to everyone who has been part of this channel and who has taken time to subscribe. And if you are yet to subscribe, I say please click the red subscribe button and also the bell icon. The bell icon will allow you to get notified anytime we publish any news. EU-US meet police minister wants end to security in Nigeria. Delegations from the European Union, EU, and the United States of America, USA, met with the Minister of Police Affairs, Mohammed Magari Dingadi, on Thursday, calling for immediate solution to security challenges in Nigeria. Ambassadors Katie Kassen, head of EU delegation of the Federal Republic of Nigeria to the Economic Community of West African States, who spoke on behalf of the EU delegation, lamented that numerous security challenges were bedeviling Nigeria. While noting that kidnapping was one of the prominent issues in the country, he stressed that all the regions of the Federation had their peculiar security challenges. He said safety of lives and property of Nigerian citizens and Europeans in Nigeria was of concern to the EU. Carlsen said the EU had been working with the police for a while in several areas and will continue to do so, but added that Nigerian solution to Nigerian problems was better. While charging the minister to find solutions to the security challenges in the country, Carlsen expressed optimism that the minister was capable of restoring security in the country, going by his rich experience. Earlier, the delegation from the USA, led by the Deputy Chief of Mission of the U.S. Embassy in Nigeria, Kathleen Fitzgibbon, said they were at the ministry to find out what the plans of the minister was in reforming the police. Fitzgibbon, who spoke on behalf of the team, said, "We are hearing a lot about police reform. We want to hear what that might look like going forward." Responding, the minister acknowledged the US and EU were important partners of the police, assuring that the ministry was ready to work with them to improve security in Nigeria. Ding Yadi, who noted that the level of insecurity in Nigeria had been a serious challenge to the government, said, "We welcome whatever support from the EU because we believe you have a lot to offer." The minister said the present government decided to re-establish the Ministry of Police Affairs as a measure of reposition the police in the face of numerous security challenges in the country. He assured the EU and US that the police will be restructured and well equipped to measure up to international standards in no distant time. So guys, this is what is happening. I think some days back or yesterday, we talked about how the UK, saying they are coming in to look at the issue of the herders and farmers cases. What has been happening, what led to what, and how government has been championing the case, how they have been looking at the whole thing. They want to do their investigation. I think, in a simple term, they really want to launch an investigative process so that they'll be able to find out some of the things happening, between the herders and farmers. Of course, they gave some numbers of people that were really involved, people that were really killed in the process. And coming again, talking about a EU-US meeting with a police minister, and you can hear what the minister was saying, that they know they can offer better things. They know they can do this and that. I hope they are not thinking that they are going to give them money, because when you say they can offer better things, and at the end of the day, from reports from reports that we've gotten, we see that most of our policemen, when they go out for any form of official work or whatever, they always come back with good results, with best practices. But once they come back to Nigeria, or once they are on ground, but when you see the day-to-day activities of police people, there's nothing to write home about it. A lot of people have really complained, on how the police, how they have been, conducting themselves, and more so, people really always look beyond the kind of people they are, or the way they discharge their duties, that they need to look into the welfare of police is very paramount and is very important. Because if you think, okay, you just give them gun, their welfare is not taken care of, the place they stay, welfare generally, and their pay is nothing to write home about, and you expect good results from them, it's not going to happen. But that does not give the police also the opportunity to start extorting people or to start misbehaving. We all understand, everything concerning their welfare that the government needs to do to encourage them better. But they say they can still do better, because that is what they have signed for, to protect lives and property, to make sure you take care of people, not to extort them. If you really know from your own end that what you are being given, what you are being paid is not just good enough, it's for you to channel your cause even to the government. Of course, someone will say, even people who have been doing that, even the minimum wage we are talking about, they said they will start paying. I don't know whether they have started paying it, or they have really concluded everything about the minimum wage. They have been on this thing right from time immemorial. So that's been said. And more so, if people of the labor force have been trying to do that, they've not been able to get their whatever that is accrued to them, or what the government has really agreed to pay them, and they are still pussyfooty about it. So let alone even the police. But everybody who is working, everybody is important. So that is why the government really needs to do a lot. And meanwhile, when you talk about government officials at high level, the politicians, when you hear what they receive, they don't go on strike, they don't negotiate it further. Everything is there. They will tell you it is not them, that they cannot sacrifice, it is not them that is putting or place what they need to be paid. But when it comes to ordinary Nigerians, it's a different thing. And that's why a lot of people are like, the people even coordinating, in charge of a NLC, what are they doing? You see all these people getting huge allowances here and there, to the extent of hardship allowance. You don't do anything, they will just be making mouths. Oh, let me put it that way. Oh, we're going to go on strike. We're going to go on strike. And at the end of the day, nothing happens. But all that being said, what we are talking now is that for international bodies to say they want to look into what you are doing, is it not a let on your own side? And at the end of the day, the government to come and tell you, oh, they are doing no manner of things. Oh, it is PDP. It is the opposition people who failed the election because they don't know where to go, because they have lost relevance. That is why they are shouting that on the, in the recent things are okay. We heard about the UN report concerning security in this country. But what did the federal government did? They discarded it. They threw it to the bin. Say they shouldn't mind, that they are not interested in their reports or their assessments. You can imagine that kind of a thing. And believe you me, the reason why this EU and US, they are meeting, concerning the security issue, it's not as if they love us. It's not as if they are interested in us, because of their people here. We could hear even from their conversation, because of their people here, and because they know what they are making here, and that is why they are concerned. It's not because they are concerned about Nigerians. No, let us get that right. But that being said as well, the issue is that it is a let on the federal government. Let us hear what they are going to say again. Because if you say the report of the UN is nothing to write home about, it's not reflecting the actual thing in Nigeria, that maybe you feel that they are just making it up, or they just want to dent your image. So what's about these people coming together to come and meet your police minister? So it is opposition too, and all of that. But everybody knows the reality. They are just trying to play to the gallery. I don't know whether because they are overwhelmed, they don't even know what to do. And somebody was even talking about, I heard somebody was talking about the reason why this government came in. Everybody was like, oh, because his profession is in security, being an ex-soldier, and all of that. But as we speak now, reverse is the case. Nothing is happening when it comes to security, and that is where we are having big problem, followed by economy. Security is the big challenge, and the man who is at the aim of affair, that is his area of specialization, and yet nothing is happening. Everybody thinking, oh, he's going to bring his expertise into the system so that he will be able to cope the whole thing. But what do we see? Nothing. But they are just going here and there, dialoguing with bandits, kidnappers, Boko Haram. That is just what they are doing. Of course, we know the issue of Boko Haram. Those ones have really gone, haywire. At some point, Of course, every government always come out to say, no, they don't negotiate with a terrorist and all of that. That one's aside. But when we have all these other criminals growing again, little, all those ones, you can't even compare them to Boko Haram. Of course, anybody who takes somebody's life, it's not somebody that you can reckon with. But as those ones are growing, the next thing, they are still negotiating with them. We know, we've heard about a lot of them now. Even the police, they are saying it, they are negotiating with them. So that is just what they are doing. And when we say somebody who is a professional in security, who is the president, and yet is not reflecting on what we do have. But my concern now is that for people now to be coming, the external body, that how do you want to do this thing for the fact that they themselves, they have their own motives, just like I said, just because of their people here. But it's a slap on this government, and they will still come out. And most especially, the annoying thing, you hear this their spokesperson, the Gabashewu and Femi Adesina, coming to sing some kind of rhetorics. Of course, do you blame them? No, you don't blame them. They are working for their money. They are working for their money. In the recent, if you put all those people behind and try to interrogate them, they will tell you something different from what is happening. What they all usually say in the public. Or if they are no longer working with this government, they're going to say different things. But they will come and you will see that this thing is red. But these two gentlemen, they will tell you it is white, and there's nothing you can do about it. They will still be justifying it. You just like, are these people, are they normal? Are they okay? Are they for real? You just be wondering that what is happening? What is happening? No, what is happening is that they are working for their pockets. So, guys, I would like to, end the whole thing here. I would like to hear from you what you think about this external bodies coming to meet, us, that they want to try to see how they're going to end insecurity in Nigeria. And meanwhile, the government is saying they have defeated Boko Haram or whatever group terrorizing us technically. So how do we balance the whole thing? Please leave your comments below, because your comment is always helpful. Thank you very much. Bye.